Alright, that's that done, I guess. Alright, now I guess I'll kind of demonstrate what I do in terms of running jazz. Right, okay, I don't know how quickly you mash, that's actually vital importance. This level's pretty self-explanatory. Just double check that bridge doesn't delete itself. How did I not get that guy? That is embarrassing. Okay, I guess this level is where we can show off some stuff. So there's two ways to handle this bee. You can toaster them, but you'd have to jump, or you can use the RF missiles as you come in. The top RF missile should kill that bee, and you won't lose any speed as you come down. So then we do two short jumps on these trees, if I can actually do it, because I'm an idiot. Right, 1, 2, there. I imagine you've probably got the first stages down, but I'm just going to run through them anyway. So timing here is key. You want to hit one enemy in this section, which is right there. You can keep holding... Okay, can I just say that it's never happened before? That enemy has never hit me. In any run I have ever done to this day, that enemy has never actually hit me. At all. Anyway, I was going to say, if you still have full speed, you can hold forward, and you'll bump against this wall here, and it will bring you to a complete stop. And if you're not terrible, you will miss the gem, and you'll be able to turn down here. Now we're going to get through the bonus stage. This is a really bad tutorial. Actually, I should probably mention I'm doing that now. Give me a second. Right. So yeah, when you get a bonus stage, give up. Like, your run's done. I did this at AGDQ. I was gonna kill myself right there and then, because I actually did not memorize this bonus stage at all. But I get really lucky that I found the exit as early as I did. Right, so this shield here you don't have to actually pick up, but it is good for safety. There's a couple of places you can use it, and it doesn't waste any time to actually get it, because it's down the pipe. Right, so at the very end of this platform, like just at the very edge, I'm going to jump just there, then hit that spring. It lines you up perfectly to get in there. Everything else is just pretty sure self-explanatory. Now hold jump when you get in here, and you'll be thrown in there, and then you should be able to make that jump to get up there. It's not easy to do, but a little bit of practice you'll get it. Also, beware of that. That can sometimes happen depending on how long you've been taken through the level. Alright, so here there's actually a reference point that I use to get a very specific jump. Let me kill these enemies first. So let me just get you. Right, so I want to land here so I can jump right across here without a problem. God damn it, turret. So I want to jump around here just before the screen goes blue. And then I just hold jump. Oh my god, you lasers! They're trolling the living shit out of me. Yeah, you hold jump and you should be able to make that every time. And again, if you come out of that pipe and you hold jump, you should be able to land on the top ledge. Can you just kill me, please, so I can just start this again? So I can just demonstrate properly. So shoot and then jump at the reference point, jump, jump, and then you're in. And jump, and you're up. Okay, that was terrible. So for this section, this is really one of the... I want to change to the bouncers just before I get to the end. To deal with these two. Because they're at such an awkward angle. And after that you just get to the exit. Now, if you play on the CD version, this level will actually be longer. I don't have a route for that section, so you're going to have to figure that out yourself, I'm afraid. Alright, so Medieval, I swap to Toaster. And just pile my way through. Oh, I don't have any toasters left because I died. Let me pick up some of these then. I gotta conserve them a bit. So the toasters are good for these narrow corridors because the blaster won't be able to reach the swords. They'll just fly right under the swords. So you want to use toasters for this section. Now I'd usually have more, but I died, so I'm gonna have to play it a bit safer. I'm also low on RF missiles. Oh, you do have the floppy version. Good. Good. That is the quickest version to run. So this is... There's not much to this, just cut corners, get around here quickly as possible. This is where you want the bouncers the most, and it's mainly because of the enemy position here. You just want to spam, especially in this section. Do not underestimate the hitboxes of these enemies. They've got a habit of just catching you somehow. Now here you'd swap to Toaster in order to deal with these 3 swords coming up. But I don't have any toasters, so I'm just gonna do that normally. And there. You may actually get to hear the whole song as I play through this. Right, this is good for toaster refills. Ah, shh. Right, I was gonna explain about these steps. These steps are really awkward. Don't know if I can get up to show again. I can, okay. So you want to jump and then hold jump. There is a chance that if you lined it up properly, you'll be able to get up, but it's very difficult to line this jump up. You kind of want to jump, let me see, like roughly about between here, but it's very difficult to line it up. But if you can get it, you can go straight up. Just make sure you're mashing before you go in there, because there's 2 enemies and they're most likely going to hit you. And just mash through here, grab the invincibility. Now, hit this spring. The task does not pick up this 3rd invincibility. But if you want to be ultra safe, it's a good idea to actually do it, because the section after this, it's very easy to get hit. Because it would run out just about now. And you'd have all these swords in the way. And you'd have to slow down and take them out. Alright, how many things do we have? Right, okay. No one rapid fire. Okay, there's no RF missiles here, but I should be able to kill him. So the way I handle this boss is I actually wait in the hole until he lines up, and then I just spam behind him as much as I can. This boss is all about practice. There's no real positioning for it, with the exception of when he dies. Oh man, that was slubby. Now, okay, before he dies, where you want to position yourself... Is my mouse going to show up on stream actually? No, it isn't. Okay. So, where you want to position yourself is that empty... in the HUD down below, next to the timer, on the right side of the timer, is roughly where you want to position the boss. That way the camera will pan the least amount of time, so I want to be about here-ish. And then the camera basically didn't pan at all. And the level ends. That's roughly when I want to position each boss when they die, to save time. Okay. Jump here. So this is a bit of a pain in the bum, this stage actually. For many reasons. Good jump. That's one of those reasons. So there's not much to this stage. The first stage is not bad. It's the second stage you gotta worry about. So make sure you jump here. This will automatically suck you up if you get the right jump. Now here is annoying. Okay, I didn't mean to fall all the way down. Right. So if you're starting to bump against the wall, like that, just slow down and hit the floor. As it will help you get down the slope much quicker. So right here, you want to take out the blaster because this asshole on the ceiling is like impossible to hit. As you can see, I'm trying to hit it with this and it's not working. And if you run at the very beginning, this thing is going to line up in a way that it will definitely hit you. So you want to take out the toaster and you want to try and aim for it. Now for this bug, you want to try to just almost at the very end of this slope and then jump to avoid it. However, it was on the other side because I've already preloaded it. Right, mash your way through. Now this bug on the ceiling, if I fire right now, it's not going to hit him because of the way this game has been wonderfully programmed. He is like 1 pixel higher than the hitbox of the toaster, so the only way to hit him is to get right under the ceiling and just jump. As you can see, I'm like vibrating slightly, but it will give you enough height to actually hit him. Just damage boost in this because there's a lot of things to shoot. Now, this isn't entirely necessary, but I get it anyway because I like safety. And it also makes this section with the electric walls a little bit easier to get through, as you just run right through them instead of having to mash like a beast. So this section here is the exact same thing. Just hold jump and fire. That way you can actually get the things on the ceiling because it will still miss. It's really dumb that it was programmed in such a way, but it has been. Alright, so here we go. What I'm going to do at the beginning of this, providing everything goes well, is I'm going to mash the fire button and hold run to avoid the top spike ball. Yeah, I'll probably highlight it. The reason being is, as you can see, as I'm standing up, I'm like just in line with the computer, but as I'm running forward, I'm slightly smaller, which means my hitbox is smaller. So you want to run and mash, destroy the first spike ball, and hopefully you can dodge the top one. It is kind of difficult to pull off, but when you get it the first time, it should be easy enough to follow. So let's see if I can actually do this. Nope. That was terrible. Hold on. I can save and reload this stage and then try it again. My god, I'm doing really badly at this. Good show off there, Vortail. There we go. So that's how that's meant to be done. I wasn't doing very good at it. You do have to be quick at getting out as well. You don't want to hang around. So for this next section, there's 2 really difficult damage boosts I have to do. I actually think I want to back up to make sure I reset the enemies. What you want to do for these damage boosts is you want to run towards them and then turn, like, as just before you hit them. This is very difficult to time. There's like a good 3 or 4 frames in this. But you want to turn just before you hit them. That way when you damage, you'll go towards them rather than away from them, and it will save a little bit of time. Let's see if I can actually do this live. It's not easy. RF missile these guys. There we go. You didn't even notice I turned. But if you're very quick, and with enough practice, you can get that turn perfectly. So that you damage boost towards them. Alright, so here I have a very specific reference point for this jump, because this jump can be a pain in the ass to make. Because you want to get up here. Now I made that look easy, but if you're running in from this direction, you want a specific point. So this blue, these 3 blue pixels here are what I tend to use. I don't know how well that's showing up on stream, but there's like 2 blue pixels here. Whenever I line up with these, that's when I hold the jump button and I should make it. Yep, there we go. It's basically what you want to do. So this 1 blue pixel here, the first blue pixel you come across is where you want to jump. Once you're inside it. That was too late actually. Try that again. There we go. If you're too early, you won't make it, because you won't land on that. And if you're too late, you'll hit the ceiling on that platform there. You can't, if you're too late though, you can still save yourself. If you notice you're too late, you can actually just slow down a bit, and you'll still make it. So that's that sorted. Alright, that's not what I meant to do. I want to jump at the end of this because I'll guarantee to hit the spring. Grab this. Now, if this bulb would like to calm the fuck down, there's going to be a set of bars that come up. I want to jump... okay. I want to jump roughly about here. Now, unfortunately, all the spike balls have moved. Okay, they're back in position, right. So I want to jump from here-ish to avoid all the spike balls. And then just keep holding jump until you get to the end, and then there you go. There is a shield up there, but you don't entirely need it. You can pick it up if you want for safety, but you don't need it. Now here, I would usually have bouncers, but since I've loaded the game, I've lost all my ammo. But you would use the bouncers here to take care of these guys. Now this section, I have no setup for. You're just going to have to hope you can thread the needle here. There's a big wall of spike balls, and you want to try and avoid them. This is actually part of the reason why I have the bird. It's so that I can take the damage here. Alright, I didn't get it, but that's fine. It's not the end of the world. That's the reason I have a bird. Alright, and this trick of doing right here has actually been discovered by the TAS. I didn't think this was possible, and then the TAS proved I was an idiot. Now, the previous way I used to do this was wait for the spring, because I didn't think it was possible to reach this spring and get to the upper section. So this used to be part of it. I used to have to wait and go up here. But now that's been changed completely, thanks to the TAS. Special shout out to Mothra for being like godlike and doing that TAS. There was actually 3 people involved with the TAS. But Mothra's the only name I can remember. I feel bad that I forgot all the other names. I feel like I should actually go look that up right now. Give me a second, I need to look up who else did this. I'm looking up the TAS, Jazz. This is what I'm doing. Ilari, Mothrayas, and Slamo all did this TAS for this game. If you haven't seen the TAS, I suggest you watch it. The TAS is godlike. Right, so when you want to jump for the spring is roughly here. Between these two water towels, I guess. That's when you want to jump. You should reach it if you jump by that in that portion. Except the spring needs to be reset. Hold on. Can I reset this thing? Right, it should be reset now. There we go. Now, for this next section, you may have toasters out. Oh my god, how did you respawn? You may have toasters out for this next section, just in case you've been shooting enemies with it. For this next area, you want to have the blaster, because if you do not have the blaster, you're going to be in for a lot of pain. That was not good. And I will demonstrate why you want the blaster. There are going to be walls of spike balls coming up. If you have a blaster, it's going to hit on that water tower. Sorry, a toaster. It's going to hit off the water tower. And you're going to run straight into a set of spike balls, and then it's going to be terrible. However, if you have the... Oh my god. Stop choking, you piece of shit. That jump is not difficult. Right. If you have the... Oh my... Just wait on it. Just wait on it. Just do the weight of shame, because you apparently can make the easiest jump in the entire game. So if you have the blaster, it will shoot underneath that water tower, and it will allow you to clear this section without any problems. Now, I'm going to die here on purpose, because I have no life to deal with this next section. This next section has a couple of damage boosts that you want to do. So you kind of want full health, mainly for safety. Also, that's how you thread that part, without getting hit. Ah, crud. Okay, I'm going to play it really safe here so I don't take any damage. Right, here we go. Nice one. I already knew I screwed that up and I still went for it. There we go. So just keep spamming the missiles. Right, so here we're going to come up to a couple of damage boost sections. Again, you want bouncers for this part, but again, I don't have bouncers because I died, so just take damage here, run through. Now here you would want to just spam bouncers, but I don't have bouncers. Kill that guy. Okay, so this is something I should actually note. You may have just noticed it there, that when I sprung the first time, the spring reset itself, but then the second time it just continued on, like right there. It really is 50-50 if this thing wants to reset itself or not, so just be prepared for the spring to move out of place. And that's the end of that stage. I screwed that up, hold on a second. You want to jump at the very end tip here, and just hold jump the first time, and then just walk down the rest of it. And jump over that one enemy. That's all you want to do there. There's no quick way to get that surfboard, you do have to just drop in there and get it. Now this damage boost, you want to, it's difficult to line up, but if you can get it, it does actually save a little bit of time, and it's kind of worth doing. I think that's lined up. Yeah, you want it. Oh, wow. Oops. Give me a second. I did not think by turning I would have took any damage there. Is there any carrots in this section, actually? I legit do not remember. I do want carrots. Oops. Alright, anyway. You want to bump in that, and what it should do is it should send you backwards, and then it will spring you straight up to the top. Now, you gotta watch as you line up, because right now this is the wrong position, and I'm just gonna bump against this platform and not move. So I probably want to be lower. Too low. Alright, a bit higher then. Too low again. There we go. You gotta practice lining it up. I'll take the checkpoint just in case I die, because I'm probably gonna die. Alright, so for this section, you want to come up here to do this. You want to jump out and come straight up here. And then you just want to fall off. Because what this will do is it will spring you up and you'll bump your head against one of these platforms, which will save a bit of time. Because otherwise you'd have to go all the way up and wait for it to come down, which is a nice long wait. So you want to come up here and then fall off and then bump your head on that. Oh, hey, magic pixel. Right, so let me try and explain this part. So for this section, you kind of want to bounce off the left side near the very bottom, and when you get near the top, just get ready to hold right. When you feel as if you're getting close to the top, hold right. That way you can come in here. Now I'm probably gonna die, but there's a chance you'll take 2 bits of damage in this section. The first one is compulsory because of where he stands. There's like no way to kill it without slowly trying to kill it. These things take a long time to kill. Every ball it has is like 1 piece of health, so it's going to take a long time to kill it, so you want to damage boost through it. I'm going to wait on this one because I have no health left. There's a carrot in here, you want to go for it. Because if you can survive this without taking any more damage, you can then damage boost later on, which will help. You want to damage boost off this guy, but for the sake of a speedrun, I'm going to actually demonstrate what I do here. So, for whatever reason, here we go, this is a good demonstration. Spikes and these spring pads have this weird property that there's a place you can stand where they just don't exist. It's very strange. But for this one in particular, you want to line up with this wall here. You want Jazz to face to the right, and you want to line up with that. That's the reference point I use, is between the 2 holes where there's a solid wall is where you want to line it up. That will be enough to get you through this hole, and it will let you get to that exit. That's now going to, that trick's going to be used again on this stage to pass through the springs. I'm not sure why that happens. Oh hey Matty Ice, I'm alive. I've been alive, just not as much as usual. The whole of December was just kind of gone. By the way, do not leave that guy alive. I was stupid by leaving him alive. Oh yeah, whoops. No, shit, I'm talking to Matty Ice. I completely forgot what I was doing. Back up, back up, back up, back up. This is actually really important I explain what I just did there. Because there's a very specific part you want to jump. Right, okay. So you get through this part normally, and then you get to here. Now, you want to jump not at the very edge of this block, but somewhere in here. You want to go at full speed and jump, so you can hit this spring, and then you want to fall down this specific hole. Not like that, you want to hit that. You want to slide in here, and then you come down here. Alright, so here comes the fun part. Just damage boost through here. Now this, oh my god, don't jump too high, because that will happen. This invincibility is so difficult to get. There's just a 50-50 chance you'll get it. If you get it, then good on you, you can use it. If you don't, then just destroy things along the way. Now, once again, we're going to exploit the whole phasing through the floor thing. Your worst enemy for this is this platform right here. There's 3 of these, and they're very likely to get you caught. But this is actually fairly easy to line up. All you want to do is jump into the very right corner and just lean against the wall, and then don't press anything. Just let the character fall. And you'll phase through all 2 of them. Now again, as I mentioned earlier, this thing sends you flying. I don't know why it does it, it just does. So this jump is a lot harder than you think it is. You make your way up. Now again, this isn't the case of if you think you're getting to the top, just hold right and you should be fine. And there you go. Do I have any RF missiles? I have a lot of them. That's good. Alright, so the way I deal with this boss is you're going to get hit at least once. Because, unless you can mash like a god. But when he dashes into you once, he'll stand still. That should give you enough time to kill him. If not, he'll do it again. He does it twice, I think. You don't want to do that, though. Yeah, there you go. He does it twice. So if you somehow get hit, just wait for him to come back. Also, I didn't line myself up for that boss. But you should know that by now. It's just to line yourself up. Alright, Flannelint. What an interesting stage you are. Alright, so the TAS actually gets the shield, and it is actually kind of important for the TAS. I'm going to restart this stage, I didn't mean to get hit. You want to try and save all 4 of your shields for this. It's not guaranteed. You can do it with 3, you can do it with 2. But you don't want to do it with any less than 2. So for this section, you want to jump over the spring because you're not going to back up and get in here. So you want to jump over the spring and then come back into it. Right. Now this first jump is where you could possibly lose a shield. You want to jump at the very top of the stairs in order to avoid that plant. There is a chance you'll still get hit, mind you. Okay, here we go. So, I should probably explain something real quick before we do this. If you hit an enemy with a shield, the enemy will die instantly and you will lose the shield. But if you get shot with their projectile, you will lose a shield, but you will also gain the normal invincibility time you would usually get when you get hit normally. So what I'm going to do here to save shield is let this plant shoot at me, and then try to run through all of them. That way I can save 3 pieces of shield. Okay, I screwed that up. There you go. That gives me 3 shield that I'm allowed to just use in this next section. You could, in theory, go down the lower route. That's also something you could do. But I like getting the invincibility. It's not that big a time loss, technically. Alright, and then now that I've got 1 spare shield, it will come to this stage and I'll be able to use it to take damage from one of the rockets. Right here. Now, this shield you really want because this stage is very awkward. And it's good to have a few extra shields when you go to the final stage of this episode. But the magnets here are very difficult. By the way, that top left corner there, do not get stuck in there. I found recently you can get permanently stuck inside that area. Don't do it. So yeah, you gotta get used to the controls of this section. This spike right here that I just ran into, you're almost guaranteed to hit it. Which is one of the reasons you want the shield. Up here is another reason to have the shield. Just to get past those flames. Right, I've got 1 shield, but that's fine. I can survive with 1. Okay, there's a lot of things going to happen really quickly here. I want this invincibility to avoid all of the spikes. Up next, I'm going to do a very specific jump. This is very difficult to pull off, but I'm going to jump right here, and then I'm going to... Ah, okay, that worked. In the middle of that jump... in the middle of that jump, I turned to the left ever so slightly. It was probably impossible to notice on stream. But if you don't turn the left very slightly at that during that running section, you will not be able to make the jump. You'll instead have to wait on the platform. It's very difficult and it's very precise, but a bit of practice you can get it. I don't get it every time either. It's really awkward. Sometimes I push left too much and I just miss it completely. It's awkward to do, but... So this stage, I don't like. I never like this stage. So here I want to fall down. Oh my god, I only have one shield, I wasn't counting. Alright, so if you have one shield, don't fall in there. Come in here and grab this shield. You're very likely to take 2 hits there, but that's okay. Well, having one shield at the end of the stage is good to have. But if you lose it all, it's not the end of the world. You just want to run down the stage normally. Word of warning, this rocket down here, that one there that I just shot, has a habit of hitting you, because its hitbox is very strange. Just be prepared to shoot it as it comes in. Now, the 2 springs that I just bounced off of, the first one down below, depending on its position, you can kind of predict where this is going to be. Again, it takes practice, but you can kind of predict it. I like to go on this spring along with the music. Jump. There you go. That spring will be in the same place every time, provided you get in there. So this section is spam like mad. That rocket is always going to hit me, so that's the reason I have the spare shield. If I don't have a shield, I'd slow down to make sure it didn't hit me. Alright, now this section. It's very difficult to get through this section without getting hit, so what I do is I pull out the RF missiles and I spam like crazy. When I hit the spring in this section, I just spam like mad. It's very difficult to get through that. So for these spring shoes, you want to get to this area here and pick up all of them. This was a task strat that was figured out recently that made this section slightly faster. Even though it took longer to get more shoes, the later section is just made slightly faster as a result. I should probably make note of that actually, because that was a very specific place I jumped. Right here is where I jumped, and I started spamming the launcher. If you spam, whoa, what the heck? Where did you 2 come from? Yeah, pair of spooks. Anyway, if you jump from here, you should be able to dodge all the enemies, providing you just spam the bouncers. However, everybody's reset their position, so I can't really demonstrate that very well. And I have no health. Whatever. Just jump from that block, hold jump, and spam the bouncers, you should be okay. If you're low on health, just come over here. There are 4 carrots. Right, so for this section, the task did this as well. What you want to do is look down. This will spawn the enemies early. And make sure you keep down held. That way there's not as much waiting time, because if you weren't looking down, they'd be positioned in a way where you'd have to wait for them to move out of the way. So if you're looking down, then you can catch them. So one of the reasons you get extra shoes is that before you used to have to run all the way here to jump up here to then jump up there. But now that we have a couple of extra shoes, we can jump as soon as we get out here and just keep... Oh, wow. Nice jump there, Jazz. Try that again. There. Jump up there and make your way up. It saves you running all the way to the end, which is a little bit of time saved by picking up a couple of extra shoes. And that should be the end of that stage. And the Guardian's just the usual, just stay up his ass and just spam rockets. He's going to turn around eventually. If you get hit, it's okay, just keep spamming. And then position it so that it's just to the right of the timer, and they shouldn't pan as much. Alright. 3 more episodes to go. Turk Temple. Alright. Not much to explain about this stage. This jump right here, right. You want to... Oh, okay. I'll restate the stage afterwards because I'm going to run out of speed shoes. But you want to jump right here at the very top of this hill. Now, I'm in the air. I'm pretty sure I've got this in the right place. But just in case I feel as if I'm wrong, I can push left slightly. Because what's going to happen is that there's going to be a large series of scorpions down below. And there's a small gap you can stand where you won't hit any of them. And that's what I'm aiming for. I should be fine at this position without getting hit. So I'm just going to let it keep running. Yeah, there we go. That's what you want to avoid. Now hold on, let me just demonstrate this portion. Can I actually do it without speed shoes? No, I can't. Okay, I gotta restart the stage. Right, so top of the hill. I think I'm a little bit too far forward, so I'm gonna back up a little bit. And we should be okay. Yep, we're good. Right, so for this jump, if you just lean against the wall and try to jump, usually it doesn't work, but that worked. Alright, whatever. But you can come from here and run forward and jump and you'll make it every time. And for the second jump, you want to jump at the very end of this. Now again, I'm going to have to demonstrate it by resetting the stage. I'm glad this is this stage I can do this on. So, jump at the end of the hill. I think that's perfect, so I don't want to back up a bit. Yep, there we go. So, just come down here and jump. Jump at the end of this. Now, I'm going to hit an enemy, so I'm going to be ready to push left. Unfortunately, I mistimed it. Alright. So, the rest of this is just normal. Now, this you want to damage boost this, because these boulders are the most fickle boulders in the universe. They just never want to cooperate, and they just take you with them to places you don't want to go. Alright, so there's two ways to handle this. You can do it the easy way, which is to spring up here and then come down. But there is a quicker way of doing it, but it's much more dangerous. Because this spring has a massive hitbox, and you do not want to hit it because it's a massive time waster, because you'll go up there and you'll just be wasting time. So you want to jump roughly where I am right now, just before this weird ball on the wall. You want to jump there to avoid the spikes and make your way up there. Unfortunately I screwed up the jump, but you can actually hit the first spring and get up here in one go. Saves a little bit of time, but going for the other spring it is safer. It depends on how you want to play it. Alright, you gotta watch this jump here actually. You'd be surprised how tricky this jump is. You want to jump at the very end of that column. If you're a little late, you're probably gonna hit the scorpions. Alright, so this surf bowl is necessary. You do have to come this way. This level is basically a big maze. So I'm now going to demonstrate in this section if you're a little slow. So what you would do normally is you'd run up and you grab the speed shoes and then run down the hill. But if you're late for whatever reason, watch this guy above me. He can snipe you if you're a little slow for whatever reason, so just be prepared. If you've somehow screwed that level up in some way, you want to wait for him to shoot his laser and then go for the speed shoes because he might snipe you. Alright, so now it's time for Ice Physics, the stage. This just takes a lot of getting used to. Oh my gosh. There's enemies in a lot of places and you're just sliding everywhere. So I'm going to grab the bird for safety and then I'm going to jump up like an idiot. I have some toasters, but I don't really want to waste them. Do I have anything else I could use here? No, I don't. Right. Okay. This section is very difficult to get through without taking any hits. You want to mash like a beast, and you want to jump at the right time. I'm probably going to screw this up, but let's try it. Nope, I screwed it up kind of. Right, so how do we want to go about this? Nah, not like that. That's not how you do that. Welcome to this part of the stage that I've not been to in like several decades, so I literally don't know where I'm going now. Okay, we're back down here. I think you can just run down that, can you? Yeah, you can. Okay. So what I just demonstrated was a shortcut up here. If you just run forward to the end of that platform and hit the spring, but you do have to kill everything first. I wish I could reset the stage. In fact, I probably could, but I don't have any bouncers, so I don't want to do that actually. Never mind. I can re-demonstrate that stage later if somebody really wants to figure out what the heck I was talking about, but... So this section is probably going to be the part where it takes the most amount of practice, because you're going to want to be in complete control here. You want to... You're going to take damage here whether you like it or not, it just seems to be guaranteed. I made that section look easy. It is not easy. The ice physics controls are very awkward. So the shield has two uses actually. By the way, oh damn, I can't demonstrate. Can I get out of here? Am I allowed to get out? No, I can't. Okay, so that spring, when you hit that first spring down below, hold right for your life, because if you do not hold right enough, you'll land in that hole there, and your run will be dead, because you'll pick up the gem, and it'll be done. You'll have to reset at that point. Alright, Jung Rock. Whoa! We get speed music, boys. Alright. This level is a little awkward, actually. Let me see. What did I bump my head on last time? That, right, okay. So when I... See what I mean, how inconsistent that is? When I was doing a run earlier, I bumped my head on that little pixel that I can't find again, and I fell down. The tips of these just have weird pixels, so be careful when running across them. Anyway, just run up here. Down here. Did not mean to hit those, but that's okay. Still got a shield. This is really strange sped up. Alright, and for this section, what I like to do is jump. Oh my god, I didn't mean to get hit. Damn it. Okay. That was dumb of me. I did not mean to get hit. Anyway, I'd spam shots in here, and I'd want to keep spamming and kill the worm that's here. And then, I don't know if I can demonstrate this now that the enemies have moved, but I would fall between these two vines here, and then just keep spamming fire. Let's see if I can reset the enemies and see if I can actually do this. Right. So I'd be spamming, get up here, down, just keep spamming, and then you would avoid the enemies. And go straight to the exit. This is probably the most boring stage in the run. There's really not much to this. Just be aware of the few enemies that are in here. And then down this way. Yeah, there's not much to this stage. Alright, now as for this, you want to hit the very edge of the spring and then... Let me actually see if I can... Yeah, okay. You want to hit the edge of the spring and then you want to push right, roughly just before the second arrow, I believe. Nope. That was too far to one side. Yeah, so it's just between the first and the second arrow here. You want to hold right, and you should fit in the hole perfectly well. Sometimes. I don't know why it's being a shitlord today. There we go. That's what it's supposed to do. I don't know why it wasn't doing it the first time. And then you just climb up here, and that's it. And this boss is pretty easy. You literally don't have to move. You just have to hold down and jump. And he's done. And he's lined up perfectly for the camera pan. Easy boss. Okay, this stage has a lot of reference points. So for this one you want to jump onto this, then here, then here. Now this will require a bit of practice, because getting precise jumps like this is difficult. Then you want to jump to this cloud here, and then you want to hold jump and right for the rest of the way. You should land on a statue. So let me just demonstrate that. Boom, right on that statue. You just keep holding jump. Now you should have some RF missiles by now. This is one stage where you're going to want a lot of these to spam at this guy.
Hi, Cat.
Alright, now here's another reference point. This fire down here is where you want to jump from. If you jump from here, you should avoid all the enemies. However, I was a bit late. I pushed that jump button a little late. Try it again. I pushed it late again. I'm very good at this. There we go. Got it now. We got it. We in there. Right. All the enemies dodged. That was really, really embarrassing. I don't think I've ever screwed that up in my life. Alright, so there's a turtle, dragon, turtle. This is also probably the stage where you kill the most enemies. There's a lot of enemies in this route. Now you can pick up the invincibility, or you can run through there. I should have swapped RF missiles, but for some reason I didn't. Alright, so here there's going to be 2 turtles and a dragon. You want to pull out the RF missiles again. Take them out. Now this takes a bit of practice. You want to jump from here onto a statue, and then you want to do another jump that you can't really line up. You kind of have to eyeball it. Right here. I should note that the back ends of the... This bird is going crazy. Let me turn you over this way. Now, the back ends of the dragons don't have hitboxes. It's only the faces. So there is a bit of leeway there. So here, you notice I kind of stop to grab this shield. If you're quick enough, it doesn't waste that much time at all, and you can actually save time later if you can keep enough of it. Anyway, there's a few dragons, 3 dragons, and then a turtle in the way. Now, the way I line this up is that I jump from the top of this signpost, and I should hit 1 dragon, providing I've lined it up correctly. Now, if anybody watched the run earlier, I did fuck it up a couple of times. But let's see if we can do it correctly. 1 dragon. There we go. If you jump from here, you're going to hit a dragon, but that's fine. That gives me 2 shields. Alright, now you're going to come across 2 more turtles. One of them is behind a tree. So to make sure you kill the one behind a tree, swap to the RF missiles and you should be able to take him out. Now that I have a spare shield, I can just run straight into this guy and it doesn't matter. If you don't have any shield, you are going to have to wait right on the edge and then just fire some RF missiles at him. And with that, that'll be the end of that stage. Now, Sluggian does not have a level clear screen. It just goes straight to the stage. I'm not sure why it does that. It's one of 2 stages that have this issue, but it's not a problem. So here, you want to jump right on the edge of this. That should make you land right on a magic pixel between the spikes, and you won't take any damage. So you grab that, avoid that spring, come down here. This is a massive change from the old route, by the way. So I come up here. Right, my reference point here is, as you can probably guess, the very edge here. Just before they go down the slope. What should happen is that if you hold jump, you should be able to get straight to the exit without hitting anything. And I hit something. Okay. Good tutorial board here. There's a lot of inconsistent things happening. Right, now I don't have... I do have launchers. I have plenty of launchers. Oh, it's because I've been slow in the previous stage. Alright. So you want launchers for this. If you don't have any, RF missiles will do. I did not mean to take damage, but we'll get rid of the bud for now because we don't usually have it at this point. Right, so down here there's a secret. Now, I didn't know about this secret. The task thankfully showed me this secret, but it saves a lot of time to get it. Alright, now I'm going to demonstrate something here that I've not really done. Here's what happens if you do not pick up the invincibility of this section. I'm going to do it the way I normally would, but without the invincibility. Oh hey, that actually went pretty well. Okay, so here's something a little bit inconsistent, and it really bothers me. Right, so there's a slug up here. There's like a 50-50 chance he will already be moving, and if he is, as soon as you hit that spring, you're going to get caught by him and he's going to hit you. So I'm going to jump up here and he should spawn there. Nope, he's being an asshole about it. He is up there, I know he's up there. Whatever. If you don't have the invincibility, it's best to wait to see if he's going to drop. If he doesn't drop, then you should be able to spring up. If he does, then just kill him. think Jazz is very well aware I'm trying to show stuff off and it's intentionally ruining it all for me. Alright, so this stage, the slowest stage in the universe. You take a damage boost here because it's quicker than trying to destroy these spike balls. The task doesn't do it, but the task can fire so fast it doesn't matter. Alright, so a couple of things that are going to need some practice here. I'm going to show off. Now this is one of two areas that you'll be able to do this in the game. These blocks are diagonal from one another. So there's a small gap you can squeeze through to take you up there. So the way you want to do it is you want to swim just off this platform, and as soon as you start to drop, you should hold jump to swim up, and you should squeeze through. So it's just as soon as you get ready to fall. It'll take a bit of practice because it is a rather precise trick. And then from there, I'm going to try and hope to God that I can get a full run jump up to that upper area. If I don't, I'll demonstrate what happens if you don't get it. Okay, so if you don't get it, which I didn't get there, unfortunately, you have to hit that switch and get up here. Now this switch is a nightmare. If you go right up to it, you will not be able to hit it because your gun doesn't fire that way. So you gotta back up and then shoot it. It's so irritating. I don't know why it's so close. Anyway, I gotta destroy these things, so I'm gonna die if I don't. Okay, so this next section coming up, you can sequence break this section slightly. As I swim through, there's going to be a trigger that will lower the water level, but if I'm quick enough, I can reach the second switch that I'm supposed to press. So you have to be kind of quick to get through here. Be careful you don't clip on this edge here, because you can click clipped on it and then you get stuck. So this is the second switch. I'm not meant to be here yet, but by pressing it I can raise the water level so I can get to the third switch. Word of warning, do not hit this switch. This is the first switch and it will lower the water level, and it will then be impossible to complete the stage. You will basically soft lock yourself into this stage. So try to make sure you do not hit that under all circumstances. And then you just jump up here and you're done. So this I'm actually tempted to change the route in this stage slightly, but right now I'm just going to demonstrate what I usually do. Because this section is very hard to not take damage in. I managed to do it, right. So I like to save a bit of damage here because this stage I want a lot of health. Alright, so there's literally nothing else at this point. Like nothing to demonstrate. The route I'm taking here is the correct way out of this quote-unquote maze. There's no way to speed it up. It's just a long walk. You can actually get out of bounds in this section, but getting out of bounds is not good because you'll get stuck inside a section and you'll never be able to get back out. So, the stage is normal. I use bouncers here so that I can get some shots in advance to catch the spike balls that are off screen. Now, you want to grab these speed boots. People may argue that it's a bit long to go in here to grab the speed boots and then get out, but it is actually faster, and the task proved it was faster. Mainly because if you can keep this until you're out of the water, it saves a lot of time in the next section. So this entire section right here is why you want the health, because you're going to get hit a lot. You want to try and hit this, you want to try and get up here as quickly as possible for the water level low's way too low. So you want to try to swim up as quickly as you can. You usually hit this third last switch in the list. And then you just hit this one, and then you should be able to jump from this one to make it to the top. Oh hey Noir BJ. I hope people can understand this tutorial, I'm not talking complete gibberish. Right, so I'd like to demonstrate the hitboxes on these things. It's mainly the upper section. You gotta really watch the hitboxes on these enemies. They're a bit bigger than you can give them credit for. So you gotta squeeze up the top area. The reason you want to go to the top area is that there's actually a chute and it does launch you forward a little bit, so you want to take the top tube. And here you just need to do a really precise jump to get between these pipes. This is where you want to be. You want to be in this pipe. And then you're going to fall down and you're going to hit an enemy. Like, this is almost guaranteed. This enemy's position is terrible. Otherwise, you'd have to scroll down and kill him with launchers. So you're going to hit this guy. So you want to run forward, and then as you fall, push left so that the damage boosts you to the right. And then you just come through, and that should be the rest of the stage. Alright, now this boss is a testament to how quickly you can mash. You can one-cycle this boss if you can mash quick enough. And it is not easy to do, but you want to get yourself at the very edge of the platform, and then when the owl is within view, you want to mash like fucking crazy. There we go. That's a one cycle. Now I'm going to actually save on this stage, and I'm going to demonstrate something rare that can happen. Now I don't know if I... oh, yeah. Don't do that, that's dangerous. Right. I'm going to demonstrate something rare that can happen. If you don't have any ammo, this could happen. Right, let's see if I got it. I might have got it. Yep, we got it. Right, so what basically happened there is this owl and this egg was trying to get to its owner just as I killed it. So, unfortunately, because that happened, it's now going to be stuck in a loop of infinite explosion. Now, if you're quick enough, this shouldn't happen. If you have RF missiles, you can easily kill it before this can happen. But if you have blasters or anything else, there is a very high chance this type of thing could occur. So you just have to be really careful with this boss, because you can basically just kill the run by exploding forever. Now, I don't know if destroying the owls will fix it. I don't think it does. Nope, nope, he's just stuck. You know, exploding for the rest of his existence. Alright, so we got one more episode left, and that's episode 6, which is a nightmare. An absolute nightmare of a stage. An episode. So you want to come through here as quickly as possible, because the spike ball and chains will rotate from when the level loads, I believe. It might be you have to come within a certain distance of it for it to activate, but the distance is fairly large. Alright, so basically here, you're going to be lucky if you don't get hit, like really lucky. So expect to get hit here. I got lucky. Alright, before I demonstrate this skip, which is very difficult to do, if you fuck up the skip, you want to damage from this guy, and then jump up here. And perhaps take an extra carry. It depends on how you feel. If you have green health, you can risk it and go up. If you don't, then I wouldn't risk it. So anyway, I'm going to demonstrate this, and it's going to take a long time to do. So much like Dream Pipes, there is once again 2 blocks that are diagonal from each other, so you can squeeze through it. However, this one is even harder to get. I believe it's here. Where Jazz is right now is roughly where you want to be, but you need to be very, very, very exact. There you go. It's a nasty jump to do. If you get it though, what you want to do is just aim for the green spring as soon as possible, and then just go up here. Now, I haven't been able to get it in a single run so far, but if you get it in a run, then you've saved like half a second or a second. And you've probably saved yourself some extra damage as well, which will help for the later section. But it is very difficult to get this. As you can see, I'm not very consistent with it. Alright, for this section up here, there's 3 ways you can do it, I guess. You can either jump from the left side. Oh man, they're positioned horribly. You can either jump on the left side, jump on the right side, or just take a damage and run up here. Yeah, take a single damage. So here I can see that the 2 of them are lined up, so I'm just going to wait for them to come here and just jump right through them, which is fine. Alright, so for this section you want to go to the lower area. Avoid this spring at all costs. The spring is a nightmare. If anybody was here earlier, it kind of killed one of the runs. So as I mentioned, these jumps are actually really difficult to make. This requires a lot of practice. So you want to wait for this first platform, and then you want to run forward, and then damage boost past these two. Now I grab this invincibility because there's these spike balls that are all in a way, and you're probably guaranteed to get hit at some point. So I just grab it for safety to make sure I don't die. Those spike balls, by the way, have 255 health. You can kill them if you can mash that quickly, but I don't think any human in here can mash that quickly, so that will not be happening. Not even the task can do it that quickly, so I refuse to believe you can. No matter how many cycles you have the game on. Alright, so because it's easy to get accidentally spiked here, I grab the invincibility to dodge this. It's easy to accidentally get clipped with those spikes. It's kind of really evil, actually. And it also helps with this section, because you can dodge a couple of enemies. Now here I just mash like a beast, in hopes that I can kill them all before I get to the end. And then you take 2 damage boosts here. And just run forward, because you'll not get hit by any of these. This is the second stage. It doesn't have a stage clear screen. It will just go straight to the stage. Okay. This stage is a nightmare. I don't like this stage at all. Once again, the turtles have really awkward hitboxes. Why, if you use auto hotkey, to shoot really fast? I'm not sure if your question was, why don't I use turbo? I don't use turbo because I'm not a dirty cheater. That's kind of the reason why. I feel as if not using turbo is more legit. That's my opinion on the subject. I know Japanese runners use turbo, and that's fine. That's all fine and good, but I prefer not using turbo. Anyway, so there's one. We need this invincibility for a reason. There's going to be a set of spike balls, a lot of spike balls along the way that we want to dodge. There's 2 sets in particular we want to dodge. If everything goes perfectly, we'll dodge 2 sets of them. If not, we'll probably dodge 1, and if it goes horribly, we're going to have to go around a long way. What determines how well we do is this next section with these jumps. And this is also another reason you want the invincibility, is that there's a spike above every single one of these pillars that you have to jump across. It's a goddamn nightmare, but we'll see what we can do. Right, one fuck up. So if we screw up one jump, then it means we'll definitely dodge the first set of spike balls. Oh hey, we managed to dodge both. That was pretty good, actually. So these are the 2 sets of spike balls you'll definitely be able to dodge, but you won't be able to dodge the next set. So this is where you want a damage boost. Now, much like the spike balls in the Techno War stage from ages ago, you want to turn just as you're about to hit it. It's very difficult to get the timing down for this. I'm not gonna lie. I've been doing it for a long time, which is the reason I can get it. But if you can get that, if you can get the damage boost down, then you can save a lot of time by running through here. So here I fire these off to make sure I kill him. This turtle's hitbox is really obnoxious. Sometimes he dies, sometimes he doesn't. And then sometimes, even though he's inside the wall, he can still hit you. It's really annoying, so you gotta watch out for that guy. And you jump here, watch for these springs, because these springs are annoying. And then just squeeze in here and you're at the exit. Now for this stage, you want to immediately move left. When I move left, jump up here, jump here, jump here. And then you should be able to make that cycle. So, you gotta do that stage really fast. And you want to take this route. Now, whoa. Where the whoa, ho, ho. Too spooky 5 me. Where'd that guy come from? Where did that guy legitimately come from? Okay, I think I actually know what happened there. So, this stage has a weird despawning issue. And I think that must have been what happened. Anyway, like I was saying, you want to take this route up here, because you want to pick up more RF missiles. You're going to need a lot of RF missiles for the boss. Again, quick dodge, quick turn to take damage from that. Now this is an easier damage boost. You can stand like right here between this crystal and not crystal, and then jump. And you'll just jump that way. Just make sure you're facing the correct way when you jump, otherwise it's going to waste a lot of time. So here you want to use the blaster and you want to pre-fire and try to make sure you keep the pellets on screen while running. That way you can do as much damage as possible to the next spike balls that come up. Now, I'm actually really afraid that this section is going to go horribly wrong, and if it does, I'm going to have to reset this episode. But what you want to do is you want to run on the bridge underneath the golden balls, and then you want to jump above the golden balls. But there's a very rare glitch that can occur where the bridge will just vanish, and if the bridge does vanish on the stage, then it's done. You cannot get out of the hole, so let's hope to God it doesn't happen. Okay, it didn't happen, we're good. It didn't happen. There is a chance though that bridge can disappear. It shouldn't happen on the first run you do. But after you've done a full run, you should reset the game and load it back up again, just in case. Because that glitch is surprisingly common. I'm going to try and see if I can actually force the glitch to happen after this run's done. But it's something to look out for. So for this one, you want to land here, and then you want to do 3 short jumps to very specific columns. So you want to do 1, 2. Oh man, I missed that, but that's okay. So another thing I'm going to mention here is that there's usually 2 turtles here, but I've somehow despawned one of them, and I'm not sure how I've done it. Sometimes you can despawn 2 of them, but if you don't, just get the launchers ready and just spam down the tunnel to kill it. Now this turtle is an ass. His positioning is really awful. If you can spam quick enough, you may be able to kill him with the launchers, but if you can't, you kind of have to wait on him. Because, actually, I've got green health. If you have green health here, you should be good to take an extra bit of damage. Because you want to damage boost through these. Then you want to run. And that spring will do. That spring will do. Grab the invincibility and then run through the rest of this. And just run through all this. Because otherwise you'd have to shoot all this down. It would take forever to get through it. Okay, now I'm going to save on this stage because this is where it all comes down. This is the scariest stage in the entire run, which is annoying because it's actually near the fucking end of the run. But this is where all the hype is gathered. You need to have the bird for the end of the stage. If you do not have the bird, if you lose it, then you are in a lot of fucking shit. You will, for one, you'll lose 44 seconds of your run by losing the bird. Now, let's back up a bit. I'm going to set this boss straight. So for this run, you really want to get up close to this boss. And that is very terrifying because you can... Oh my god. I completely forgot that tube took you that way. Alright, whatever. I fucked that one up. I guess we'll do it again. You want to come right up close to the boss. I was actually going to demonstrate the exact place to stand with RF missiles, but I fucked it up, so now I've got to do something else. That was really dumb of me. I do apologise. Anyway, we don't have RF missiles, so this last boss is going to be a bit harder to take out, but that's okay. Let's try this again with much less dumb. Jump, grab. Right, so you want to destroy these 2, so because, okay, I've never really shown what these things do, but they will fire fireballs on a set timer, and they can reach you if you're trying to stand in a position to kill this boss. So you want to take them out first, and then you want to stand nice and close. Believe it or not, he won't actually hit you if you're close enough. So if you are close enough, you will not take any damage, and you can just spam at him until he dies. And now this is the reason you wanted the bird. For anyone curious, this level is very long, and it is very dangerous. You can die an awful lot in it if you do not have the bird. But since we have the bird, you now need to position yourself perfectly for it to kill it. To kill this boss through the wall. Now I had no lineup, I somehow got that first try, and I've never really done that before. But just look at where Jazz is right now, that's roughly where you want to be. Now it might be difficult to line it up, you might get to here and you'll notice it's slightly out of position. Don't try to push down and then squeeze in, because it won't work either. If you're out of position, back up and then slightly move. And that should be enough. Unfortunately I'm slightly off again, because he's actually shooting 3 times. There we go. I just moved down like a couple of pixels there just to get myself in a position, and that was enough. And then you want to bring yourself up here to line it up with the camera pan. This is as good as you can get it. And for the final boss. Now, if I had RF missiles, I would spam some blaster bullets first and then spam RF missiles. But if you don't, this is the boss normally, I guess. You'll lose the bird, guaranteed. There's nothing you can do about it. So what you want to do is you want to jump to here and spam, and then when he's about to fire, turn around. I somehow dodged, I don't know how I did that. But you want to damage boost into him and then shoot when you're inside him. I can save and demonstrate that again, actually. Like, properly. I don't think I saved that. This boss isn't difficult. It's, if you know what you're doing, he won't kill you. Whoa, whoops! I just quit the game. Excellent. I can't demonstrate what I want to demonstrate then. Right, so we'll try it again. Show you the exact way to do this boss. So just imagine I've got RF missiles. Then you come down. If he's still alive at this point, you just come down and you shoot his head. And then you follow him after 2 shots. And he should be done. That's that. And that's the end of the game at that point. If you want to show the ending cutscene, do not press escape. Because escape quits the ending cutscene. Like so. But that is how you complete Jackrabbit in a speedrun. I don't know if I'll be able to show this off now. Because I accidentally reset the game. Right, let's see. Nope, okay. So if you want to test if the bridge glitch is even active, you can run on this bridge. It should disappear at some point. If it doesn't, then you can risk doing another run. If it does, then you have to reset. The end. Alright, so that is how I run Jackrabbit. Do we have any other questions? Because it is 5:30. I have dinner to get and I have some stuff to do. In fact, I've actually streamed for like an hour longer than I'm supposed to. So if anybody's got any questions, please ask them now. Otherwise, I hope this tutorial was good enough for you all to follow. At least to some extent. Can I highlight the tutorial? Yeah, I'll be doing that. I'll definitely be doing that. I think a lot of people are actually interested in learning this. But it is a difficult game to learn. This actually took me a very long time to learn. Because of this goddamn screen crunch. I had to learn all the positions. And I had to get all the reference points down for jumps. It is not easy to learn this game. But hopefully I've given people enough information so that if they do want to learn this game, then they now know how to. Or at least know to an extent. The rest is just practice. There's an awful lot of practice that is involved. It's just a case of playing and playing and playing. Memorizing all the enemy locations. Getting everything down, and you should be good for running this. I believe this game actually, like, I think